Hello, welcome to Steve's Corner. What they don't understand. I guess here in another hour or so, I reckon will Trump be arrested today officially. And they think that they're going to do this. Now, this is just my take on the matter. And I do believe it's crooked. I believe it's politically motivated. You'd think I'd been drinking something other than iced tea all day, wouldn't you? I do. I think they are ticked off because he's not part of the in crowd, and he beat him at their own game, and they had to get rid of him. That's what I think. By any means necessary, and this is just a continuation of that. I think they are trying to prevent him from running this time, whether he's locked up or whether he's convicted of a felon. Which, by the way, I have no doubts in my mind he's going to be convicted. There's no way they're going to go through this kind of charade and let him walk without being convicted. It's an impossibility, especially in up there in Manhattan where he's at. He don't have one thing going for him. They made up these charges. They blew past the daggone statute of limitations. They're filing them. They're trying to make a felony out of a misdemeanor. It's There's nothing about this that is sounds legit to me. Not a darn thing. But that's me. But what they don't understand is getting rid of him is going to condemn them for the rest of time. They can lock him up, put him away for 100 years. It ain't gonna make no difference. He's the figurehead of the movement that he started. It actually started back years ago during the Tea Party. When they started, you look at all the good that they've done since they've been up at the Tea Party. Since it's been, I don't think they're even around anymore. But we started getting politicians up in there that would listen to the people, that actually cared about what was best, what was common sense to be done. You know what I mean? Started getting them people up in office, and that made a big difference. It really did. And then Trump comes along, especially after Obama wrecked everything like he did. He comes along and whips them at their own game, and he kind of takes over the populist movement and moves it in a even further direction, you know. And it ticked them off. But they think if they can get rid of the head of the snake, then they got him. But there is no head of the snake to get. You ever see that movie with Mark Wahlberg? Is it Shooter? I think it's a Shooter. Is the name of the movie. He gets that man uh, cornered in that library. That old guy that was the actual sniper, and he tells him there's no head to cut off, and that's what's happened here. Trump is the one that's going to take the bullet for the rest of us to carry on the movement. No matter what happens to him during this trial here, whether he's able to go on and run for election or whether he gets convicted, it doesn't make any difference. The movement has started. He re-energized it. He improved it, and it's up to us to carry it on. It's just like there's a mini series on TV, Patriots Rising, I believe. Talks about all them original patriots from the U.S. John Hancock and all them guys, Adams and all that stuff. There's a lot of people that had a lot to do with the starting and founding of this country that nobody hears about. They got killed during the Revolutionary War or whatever, and they were the true patriots. They were the true revolutionaries. They were the ones that give everything they had for the cause. And depending on what happens for this trial here and the next couple he's got coming up, I mean, you can consider him a new founding father of the country if things go the way they should with this movement that's up there. It's the same thing I said last year. Same thing happened to the daggone Canadian truck drivers. They froze their bank accounts. I mean, they give them boys heck. They try to charge them all kinds of laws and rules, and they threaten to run them out of there with the daggone military and everything. It was terrible what they done to them fellas. Just awful. Not to mention, it was like 10 degrees or whatever up yonder, below zero. They wouldn't, I mean, and then they stopped them from honking their horns and stuff. Them guys up there started something that them Canadians ought to be proud of, that has re-energized that country up there to head in the right direction. It's the same thing happening here now with what they're going to, with the prosecution they're doing that they're going Trump. Same thing. I look for a lot of good to come out of it, one way or the other. But in my opinion, it's a done deal. They're going to arrest him for something. Well, I know they are. They're going to arrest him today. I mean, they throw 34 charges against a man, hoping something sticks that they can nail his butt on what they done did. I mean, how specific is that? I mean, they ain't. Uh, it's crooked. It's crooked. No two ways about it, in my opinion. But I think it's a done deal. They got him up there in daggone blue New York, in the blue daggone city. I mean, he ain't got a shot in the world of getting a fair trial. He doesn't. He knows it, and he knows it. But he's willing to go up there and take the whipping for everybody in order to carry on. I don't know. That's the way I see it, anyways. I could be completely wrong. It's entirely possible I am. But, well, I flapped my gums on my opinion long enough. But it helps me to get this stuff out by sitting on here for 5, 10 minutes once or twice a week. That way it don't fester in my belly and I can eat it a little more. Y'all be good. Y'all enjoy your week. It's gonna be pretty down here in the 80s all day, every day this week. It's nice. The humidity ain't here yet. It's I mean, if this was in June or July, it'd be unbearable. Well, y'all be good, and we'll talk to y'all later.